Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a quick review of Chess Knight's Shinobi. Now this was released on the 18th of the 5th, 2021 by Cubite Interactive, and it was developed by Minimal Games, and I was given this copy of this for review, so big thank you to Cubite Interactive for that. Now if you've seen my other reviews on the channel, I reviewed the previous game in the series, Chess Knight's Viking Lands, recently, and I quite enjoyed that. And this is more of the same, slight changes, slight upgrades, controller tweaks and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll jump right into it. So it's available on the Xbox Store, and it is compatible with Xbox Series X and S as well as Xbox One. So the blurb is: become a ninja in feudal Japan and prove your skills in the art of infiltration, sabotage, and assassination. Chess Knight Shinobi is an original turn-based puzzle game inspired by chess. So it features all pieces move like in a chess game. You play as a Shinobi Knight who needs to move stealthily through a board, a game board full of samurai enemies. Now, basically, you play as the knight pieces, so you can only move in the L shapes, left and right and forward and stuff like that. And all the enemy pieces move in their corresponding chess pieces patterns. So some can only move straight, some can only move one square at a time, some can move diagonal, etc., etc., depending on what they're interpreting. It's got 50 handcrafted levels with increasing complexity. That is true, they get really hard towards the end, and this is a little less than the previous game, but this version does have, it says, plus 10 secret surreal levels, can you find them? So there are 10 hidden levels throughout the game, and you find them by landing on certain squares during certain levels, and they're quite tricky to find, to be fair, but they're quite fun little games, and in the extra levels, the secret levels, you end up having to go to one side of the board to grab like a weapon or something, some sort of samurai weapon, and then head back to the beginning. So it adds a bit of mix up in the sort of way it plays. So it says, playing beautiful environments of ancient Japan in the Edo era. It's got originally composed soundtracks, and it says it's a chess game without any chess. This is an original game concept for chess lovers and newcomers alike, and you do not need to know any chess to play it. Which is true, but it also helps a little having sort of chess knowledge and stuff like that. But yeah, let's say if you've watched my review of the Viking Lands game, this is pretty similar. However, this has sort of been refined a little bit. I feel like they've fixed a few of the niggles with the controls and stuff. They just have a slightly better control system, I found, where you control it by the left thumbstick, so you spin it to point in the sort of direction you want to go instead of having to sort of pick your spots, which I quite liked. The environments are nicer in this game. I feel like there's like darker nights where you obviously sneak because you're ninjas, and I like the sort of feudal Japan-y sort of setting and the temples and the stuff like that. And I like the premise of it. Like I say, it's even got like little cutscenes in between each area you move to. I think there's 4 or 5 areas, and in between each of them there's a little cutscene where you're assassinating like the leader of that area, which I thought was quite nice. Yeah, like I say, if you're into puzzle games and you sort of like chess and how it plays, this isn't a bad game at all. Like I say, it's simple, it's not really stressing. Some of the levels are really tricky later on, and you may get a bit frustrated, but if you take it a little bit at a time, or just use a guide on a level you're stuck on, you'll have a good time. Achievement wise, you're looking at 1,000 gamer score in a couple of hours. You may get it quicker if you're better at the game. It may take longer if you're struggling on certain levels. It's the secret ones that are a real pain in the bum to find. They're quite tricky. I had to use a guide to find a couple of them because I just couldn't find them. But I like that they've added them in there as secret levels, which is a nice sort of addition this time. But yeah, like I say, there's not much to say other than it's a very sort of, it is an indie game, but it's a very polished sort of fun to play, quick game as such. It's not 20 hours. It's you're going to look at a handful of hours to play it, and I really enjoyed it, to be fair. It's currently on the Xbox Store for a grand price of £3.29. So it's a real steal. Like I say, it's only a couple of quid sort of change really, and you get a pretty decent game. So I highly recommend you picking it up. And I also recommend checking out the Viking Lands one as well. It's similar price, similar sort of length. I think it might be slightly longer, but it is just as good. In it, obviously, that's Viking themed. I've also been completing the original one. Similar in style, it is a bit different, a bit more basic, but there will be a review of that up shortly. And what was that called again? That's Knight's Retreat. So it's not exactly the same. It's made by the same company, and it's the similar sort of premise where you're using the chess pieces. But a full review of that'll be up soon. But yeah, like I say, great little game. You're looking at sort of like a 7 out of 10 if you had to give it a score in a number specific sort of way, but definitely give it a try, and it's great for achievements as well, so it's a win-win there. But that's it, that for this review. If you can give us a like and subscribe, that'd be fantastic, and like I say, check back soon because we'll be doing a load more review videos soon. Bye for now.